Hello and welcome to SAPUI5.com. In this short video, we will show you how to test i18n or internationalization or translation in SAP UI5 app real time by changing the language setting of our Google Chrome browser. Actually, we are currently running a batch on SAP UI5 and Fiori, and the participants do not want to wait till the app is deployed in Fiori Launchpad and test the i18n by changing the logon language in the Fiori Launchpad. So this is the logon where we can change the language. Based on the logon language of the Fiori app, the translation happens. But before we move forward and show you the settings changes in Google Chrome, we want to ask, do you know why it is called i18n? Before we move forward and show you how to change the language setting in Google Chrome and change and test the translation, we want to ask you, do you know why it is called i18n? The answer is simple. In the word internationalization, there are 18 characters between the first alphabet I and the last alphabet N. So there are 18 characters in between. Therefore, it is called i18n. Not many people know about it. Hopefully, you will find it interesting. Now coming back to our app screen. So if you see here, we have by default all the text in English because the default language of our Google Chrome is English. If a user from Germany uses our app, it should be automatically translated into German. How is it handled? The answer is simple. It is handled by i18n. So this is how i18n is used. So it is in a curly brace, you write i18n and then a greater than symbol and then the text ID. And where are these texts maintained? These texts are maintained in this i18n.properties file. So this is for English default. So this is for English. So everything, not this one, sorry. This is for English, i18n. So this is for English. And then DE, i18n_DE. This is for German. So if you see here, the same properties. So the main title, employee ID. If you see here, the same thing, main title, employee ID. This is the same, but the text differs because these are in German and these are in English. And in real projects, you do not use Google Chrome, okay, or Google Translate to get the German text. You need to ask your client, okay, in English we call it as employee ID or employee screen. What do you really call it in German? They has to give you in written. So please do not use Google Translate. Google Translate is not the best way to translate. But for our testing purpose, we have used Google Translate and we have maintained the same text, a main title in say Japanese, we have maintained main title in say Spanish and also in German using the Google Translate. But that is not the best solution. You need to always ask your client. They will give you in writing what the actually they want in their particular language. So if you see this i18n files, they are exact replica of each other, but the name has _DE, that is for German, ES for Spanish, J for Japan. And if you see the files, they are the exact copy, only the text differs in their respective language. Now let us test it. So when I come to this, by default, if I refresh it, it will show only in English. Now if I want to see how a German guy would see or find my app in German, then what I need to go? I need to open the settings of the browser. I'm using Google Chrome, so you can use any browser. Go to the advanced, go to the languages. If you see here language, by default it is English. Mine is US English. I can add a language, say I want German. So I type German, I give this German, add, and then I move it to the top. So what this does? This makes German as my default language in my Chrome. Now if I refresh my app, then what should I find? It should translate it into German. If you see this, maybe I'm not sure whether it's correct or not, but this is, I believe it is employee ID, and this they are saying enter employee ID in German, because we have used this translation in our German file. So if you see this German file, so if this is employee ID, then this is enter your employee ID, which shows up in your Fiori app. Alright, so same way, this is like email ID. Email ID is email ID here. Okay, email ID is email ID, and then this is like enter email ID. If you see here, this might be enter email ID, which is being translated automatically. Now if you want to test how it might look in Spanish, you need to do the same thing. You need to go to the Google Chrome, go to the languages, and then add another language. And here I'll put Spanish, Espanol, and then I will just make it as the default language. That means I'll move it to the top. Now Spanish is my default language. If I refresh it, this should change from German to Spanish. And here you go. So I don't know Spanish, but I hope this is the correct translation given by the Google Translate. So I've used Google Translate. So this is, I don't know what it is. This is designation, and probably it is saying enter designation in Spanish. Now finally, let us try the same with Japanese. Let's see, JP. Alright, we have one. Add. I'll move Japanese to the top, and then I'll try to refresh the app, and let's see how it looks in Japanese. Alright, I don't know, but this is how the Japanese will see if they use our app in their language. This video was not to teach you how to use i18n, but to show you how to test apps for different languages in your browsers if you do not have the Fiori Launchpad ready yet. Hope you find this short video useful. Although this video is prepared as a supplement training material for our SAPUI5 with OData and Fiori participants, but we believe it will be useful to all. Therefore, we have made it public. Please keep visiting our website www.sapuyard.com. Please like our Facebook and LinkedIn page. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Our name is very easy to remember, and it is the same in all our social media handles. Our name is SAPUI5. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any updates from us. We are starting a new batch on ABAP programming on SAP HANA and a new batch on ABAP programming model for SAP Fiori. So do look out for our announcements. Thank you again, and have a wonderful and safe time ahead.